What up? What up? So check it out. Have you ever been up, which I'm sure you have you ever found yourself up at like, I don't know, 3 a.m., just kind of like overthinking about, basically nothing, or just repeating the same conversation over and over and over in your head again, right? That's overthinking. And what we're gonna talk about today is basically how to find a creative way to how to deal with overthinking. It's called the three-step hip-hop method. We're gonna connect it with hip-hop because, there's some hip-hop dudes. So let's get right into it. One of the things we're gonna start with, we call this the beat drop method. And how it relates to hip-hop is, when the beat drops in hip-hop, a hip-hop song, everything else kind of like just fades away, right? So with that saying, so what I'm saying is use that same technique with how to stop the overthinking.
You can use the beat drop method to help you stop overthinking is what he's saying.
Yeah.
So when you catch yourself overthinking, say beat drop.
Right.
And then try to use that and focus on one physical sensation.
Just one.
It could be the pulsation of your heartbeat. It could be the rise and fall of your stomach as you breathe in and out.
Right.
It could be any physical sensation that you have in that moment. I want you to say beat drop. So stop and focus on that fully and be completely in that moment.
Just that one sensation, right? And the reason why we're saying this is because it's the same thing with like when you're in the studio. When you're in the studio recording something, we don't overthink anything. That's the rule. We don't overthink anything. We just feel whatever we're feeling and let it happen. That's all we're doing. We're just gonna feel whatever we're feeling and we let that happen. All right? So the beat drop method, that's step number one in how to deal with overthinking. You wanna talk about the second one? It's called the freestyle method.
Yeah. Basically, just leave your mind free. Don't try to process thoughts. Just let the thoughts flow. Let them come in. So as the thoughts, imagine your thoughts as passing people. Mm-hmm. And each thought that passes by, you have the choice to either stop and acknowledge it or let it keep going. That's how your thoughts are. They're always flowing. You can't stop them.
Right.
But as they flow, you have the choice to just let the thoughts flow. You don't have to entertain it. They're not as important as you think.
Right.
So that's the freestyle method. Just like when you freestyling, you're not thinking about the words. You're not thinking up of what you're gonna say. You're letting them flow.
Right.
They're coming in.
Right. You're letting your instinct speak. Right. You're letting your instinct speak, and you're going with the first thing that happens. Because when you're freestyling, ain't no second guessing. It's just coming, and you go with the first thing that comes. So how we're gonna apply that is you give yourself. So whenever you find yourself overthinking again, give yourself 10 to 20 seconds, and then just make a decision on that one thing. That one thought that comes up, that one thing that you want to do. Let's say you got 10 things on your list that you want to do. Just think of that one. Take out some time to think of that one and act on it. Because it's the same way with a freestyle. Whenever that thought pops up, you got to act on that first thought. Same thing with this. That's how we're going to apply the freestyle method with this. It's the same process. So anything that you're thinking about, think about that one thought and act on that first. Don't think about the rest of those thoughts that keep coming behind it. Because they're
What's
gonna
come next? None
Right.
of that.
Yeah.
Just that first one.
Right.
Act on that.
Right.
And be completely in that moment.
Exactly.
See, look, science shows that there's a particular region of the brain that was designed and evolved basically to understand other people's minds. But that process creates overthinking.
Right.
So we're trying to get away from overthinking.
Exactly.
See, the part of the mind is gonna do the thinking. It's gonna do that.
Right.
It's designed to. But you are not meant to be processing every thought that comes through your head.
Exactly.
The mind was meant to process things that happen afterwards, not as they're coming in.
Exactly.
You're not meant to sort it all out. That's where intuition kicks in. That's its job. That's
Right.
your other part of you. That's the job of you.
Right.
But you gotta let it happen. And you do that by eliminating overthinking.
Exactly.
Like I said, I know for a fact that I used to do this myself. I used to have an issue with overthinking. I used to lose sleep. I had anxiety. I had insomnia for years. When my daughter was born, when she was little, I had so much going on. I was overthinking constantly, but everything about the future, the present, what was gonna happen next, how I'm gonna get money, How am I gonna afford this?
I used to be the same way.
You know
when
what I mean?
Younger, yeah.
I couldn't.
Overthought about every single step.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just debilitating. You know what I'm
It
saying? That's
is,
debilitating.
man.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, it causes anxiety, man. It's just. I don't want that for nobody. I don't want nobody to ever feel the way I felt when I was constantly in like my own little hell of just overthinking all the time.
Just thinking about it right now.
You know what I mean?
You know?
Like that is not what life is for.
Right.
I'm surrounded around beauty.
Right.
I should be spending that time acknowledging the beauty around me,
Right.
not thinking about what I'm gonna do tomorrow, how I'm gonna make money, how I'm gonna feed myself. And I understand life can be that way sometimes. We're all going through it. Best believe everybody's going through it in some kind of fucking way. So you're not alone.
Right.
But I don't want you to have to fucking kill yourself trying to figure out every detail of everything that happens.
Exactly.
It's not necessary.
And another thing I want you to remind you is that don't treat all your decisions like your life or death, because they're not life or death. And that's what causes a lot of overthinking.
Yeah,
because
I
you're
used to do
treating
that
it
a lot
like
too.
it's life or death decisions.
Shit, I still fight that.
Right.
I still have to I have to tell myself that.
Yeah.
That it's not life or death.
Yeah, a lot of that what causes the overthinking is treating every decision like it's life or death. So it's not. So keep that in mind right now. It's not life or death. Just make a decision.
And I don't want to get off
Act
track
on it.
here. I just want to let you know that part of your overthinking is not necessarily your fault. Some of that stems from trauma. Some of that stems from PTSD, from past things that may have happened to you, and you think that you got to fucking think of a way to figure it out.
Right.
You think you have to, you know, and it's out of survival. You think you have to, and it's not the best headspace to be in. It's not the best vibration to be projecting. Because when you're doing that, you're telling the universe that I'm not okay, that everything is not okay, and everything that I am not in a state of bliss. I am not calm. I am not okay.
And then the universe responds by creating situations equal to that.
And brings you more stress.
Things that are equal to what he just said. Not okay things. Things that are stressful, right? Things that are uncomfortable situations, you know? So keep that in mind as well.
So yes, it's not necessarily your fault, which doesn't even matter if it's your fault or not. What matters is how you can deal with it. Today is what we're talking about. How to deal with it. How to actually fucking come to an understanding about why you do what you do, why you're thinking the way you're thinking, and how you can actually, how to actually manage it.
Right.
Or eliminate it.
No doubt. So yeah, the last and third step is called the cipher technique, right? And for those who don't know about what a cipher is, I'm sure if you know, you might know, but what a cipher is basically a group of people rapping. A lot of times it could be a freestyle or it could be a written. But the main part about that is there's no overthinking in that.
Absolutely.
Right? And you gotta jump in when you get your chance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta jump in, or you'll miss your chance to rhyme. You know what I mean? It's me, it might be 4 people. He goes, maybe I go, or the guy next to me goes. But it's whoever jumps in.
Yeah.
Right? Or you're gonna miss your chance.
Like, fuck it, I'm going.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So we're gonna take that same technique with specific actions,
Yeah.
right? When you come up, once again, it kind of follows with that whole thought. Whatever that action you decide that you're gonna do for the day, just jump on it.
Right.
Don't wait. Just jump on it. Don't leave room to think about it. Just find that one action that you're gonna take and just actually do it.
Get your
right?
balls up.
Right. Make
Jump
a
on it,
decision and
man.
stick to that.
Yeah.
Make a decision and stick to that.
Yeah.
Just go hard on that one. Right. Don't leave room for overthinking. Right. Because that's the issue right there.
For sure.
So yeah, that's the cipher technique. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you a little something about, because talking about this reminding me of a situation where overthinking basically really killed a lot of my creativity back in the day, you know, especially when we were like heavy with the music, creating music on a regular and doing it as a profession. A lot of that killed great songs, great music, because of the overthinking, you know. I remember a time where, I'm trying to think of a song that we just had a horrible time on, man. There was plenty of them, but I'll talk about Art for Ears.
That was
Right?
a struggle. That was
We
a struggle.
argued, all because really it was just so much overthinking about how you said that word,
Right.
the right tone,
Right.
or the right words. You know, if it said it the right words. Just 3 words might mean the same damn thing, but we're arguing about which word to say.
Right. It's
Which word
fucking
to say.
insane. It's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? Overthinking. You know,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, because when that song was over with, I was unhappy with it. It was a great concept, but it didn't get executed the right way. Because
Nah.
why? All the overthinking.
Yeah.
And not to mention, it was a stressful situation. It wasn't fun time to make that song. It wasn't fun.
Yeah.
It should have been a fun song. But it wasn't fun making it because of all the stress from overthinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just letting it go and trusting your instincts and let whatever comes, just trusting whatever came out is what exactly supposed to come out.
Right.
Lil Wayne is one of the best at it. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the best at it.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to be like when it comes to this overthinking stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's the majority of what we were talking about here. Like I said, we had the beat drop method, the freestyle method,
That's right.
and then the cipher method.
That's right.
You're going to combine all three of those to help you stop overthinking today.
So what we're talking about today is really tuning the fuck in again. Once again, tuning into you.
Ultimately,
You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody, like I said before, should be living their day-to-day like that, always in their head. You're not meant to be living in your head. You're meant to be living in the now.
Right.
And be fully expressing yourself in the best way possible each day in every way.
Right.
That's what you're meant to be doing here. So let's start today with thinking less and living more.
Stop rehearsing and start living.
For sure.
Think of it like that,
That's right.
right? In musical terms.
That's right.
You can only rehearse so much. After a while, you just got to jump in and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So stop rehearsing and start living.
So with all that said, y'all, man, if you really, if you connect with anything we said here today, if these techniques help you, I want you to try it. Just try it.
Right.
See if it helps.
And then leave a comment and let us know how it worked out for you.
Absolutely.
Right? Which one of these methods, matter of fact, out of those 3 methods, if you were listening, tell me what method works best for you right now.
Mm-hmm.
In those comments, let us know.
Yeah. So look, man, once again, thank you for everybody who even thought about checking in with us, seeing what we was talking about. I appreciate your energy.
100%.
I appreciate you even, considering anything we have to say. If you tried this and you heard it, please let us know if it worked or any other new
I
ideas.
really do want to know for sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you once again, and I love you, and I also love myself.
For sure.
I love this guy,
For sure.
but I'm able to love you as much as I love myself because I love myself. All right? So I need you to take some time and love yourself for yourself because you deserve it.
That part.
I fuck with y'all.
Cool.